And welcome back to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is the Morning Buzz. I am your host, Kyle Pepitone, joined with my substitute co-host, Aidan Ivers. Aidan, your position is just going to keep changing throughout the morning. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
But right now, we have Jess Petronzi here from Montclair State Animal Activists, the president, in fact, here for an interview. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming. I say this to everyone, but I know this is not easy. 7:30 is an early time.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
But to start off, what is the Montclair State Animal Activists?
So basically, we're a club on campus and we advocate for the equal love and treatment of all animals, regardless of species. And we just advocate that all animals are deserving of love. And, it's really important that we are considerate of our actions and make sure all animals are, treated kindly and lovingly. So, yeah.
That's nice, Jess. How did you get involved with Montclair State Animal Activist?
So I was a freshman, and I was actually, I was coming in and I was like a fresh vegan as well. So it's really important, I feel like, when you are vegan and you don't really know what you're doing, to have like a community that's really, motivating you to do what you're doing and, supporting you. So I was just like, looking online to see if we had any clubs like that on campus. And I found the Montclair Animal Activists. I went to a meeting and, the rest is history. I've been going for like the entire 4 years that I've been here. And it's been like an amazing experience. And I love all the people that go there. And it's just super supportive and invigorating for me, so it's important that, I was there and, here I am.
Nice. And so you said you've been as part of this for your whole 4 years of
pretty much
a student
yeah.
at Montclair.
Mhm.
And when did you realize overall that you had a passion for animals, especially animal activism?
Yeah, I feel like really young, I feel like that's just something that most people, feel is compassion in general, but I just had like a lot of compassion for animals. Like, it comes as easily as like a pet, like you see your pet and you're like, oh my God, I love this pet so much. But then we take that same, ideology and we bring it outwards to like, the meat that we eat. And we're like, wait a second, like these are animals too. And they are also deserving to the same love that I give, my pet. And I feel like all animals, want to live and they want kindness and love and respect. So, I realized that, I kind of made the connection my freshman year when I went vegan. I'm like, okay, like I definitely love animals and, I want to do this, all the way. So, yeah.
That's very touching. What does your organization do for animals in need?
So mostly we focus on like education, right? So when we have our weekly meetings, we bring a lot of issues to the forefront and we kind of talk about those. And I feel like a lot of people don't know about a lot of specific issues. And I feel like learning about it is definitely like the first step, But addition to that, we also have like, our upcoming event that we have is going to be like a Valentine's Day event. And we're going to be selling like pet treats and stuff like that. And all the proceeds are going to like animal shelters. We also do like donations every once in a while to animal shelters. So those are some of the things that we typically do.
Speaking of Valentine's Day, you just recently celebrated with a Palentine's Day.
Yeah, that's going to be our upcoming event tomorrow, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, awesome. So what exactly, I know you said you were selling treats and stuff. So like what does that entail and why the name Palentine's, I assume for pet pals?
Yeah, pet pals, your pals, all your friends are your pals. So yeah, a lot of the things that we'll be doing for that event is just like making cute little like Valentine's Day cards for like animals in need. There's a animal shelter in Montclair. I think it's called Paws Animal Shelter. So we're gonna just be kind of shouting them out, putting them in the spotlight, and just reflecting on our love for animals. And like I said, we're gonna be selling like little like homemade treats. We're also gonna be selling catnip for like your cat friends too. So yeah, so all the proceeds will be going to Paws in Montclair.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just why is animal activism important to you?
It's important to me because I feel like everyone has personal choices that they do in their everyday life. And I feel like I have a responsibility in my own life to contribute to animal activism, whether it's like in a tiny way or in a big way. I think everyone has the power to make little changes in their life, and that's really important to me. I love animals, like I said, and advocating for them and having a voice for the voiceless is super important to me. So yeah.
And going off of that, why? So that's why animal activism is important to you, and those are some very good reasons too. And would you say those expand to other people? Like, why should other people, other students specifically, care about animal activism?
Yeah, I mean, like, animals are just like, it's part of like the whole entire thing of like our environment. Like, they're just the beginning of it. Like, as we, I feel like the more we, what's the word? The less we care it's just gonna like lead into more things, like not caring about the environment and stuff like that. And the environments where we live, it's our home. So I think it's important to keep those things into consideration. Like I said, everyone has like personal responsibility, and I feel like the more people that get together and advocate for the voiceless is going to be really important for overall change. A lot of people say sometimes that, like, you're just one person, you can't make a change, but
Right.
I feel like standing up for what you believe in is just like intoxicating, and then other people want to like join in, and eventually it's just change, positive change that happens.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely is a slippery slope. Like you were saying, we don't care about these, but then what's next? It gets worse and worse.
Mhm.
And just a lot of people say that you can't be an animal activist and still have a diet consuming of eating animals. Do you agree or disagree?
I would say it depends. I think you still can be an animal activist. There's other things that you can do, like for example, like donating to local animal shelters, or rescuing animals, adopting animals. There's so many other things that you could do besides your diet. But I think diet is like one of the most like easy things you could do. It's just a choice. I don't think you have to go full-fledged vegan. I think making small choices are important.
Right.
But I think there are more things that you could do just besides the diet. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And why do you think that animal activism is so polarizing? Because there seem like, obviously vegans, they get a bad rap sometimes, but
Yeah.
like overall animal activism doesn't seem to be, for some reason, something that's unanimously agreed upon.
Yeah.
So why do you think there seems to be a large amount of people who despise animal activism or just disagree with it?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with just like you were saying, like the bad rap of it. Like there's organizations that don't go about it in the right way, in my opinion. And I feel like that's automatically turning people off. And like if you insult someone's like, morals, they're not going to take it well. And I feel like
Yeah.
education is the first step, and just like having a conversation. I don't think like doing things like eco-terrorism, for example, are never going to like, it's never going to sit well with someone who doesn't understand it, and understanding it is the
Right.
first step, in my opinion. So yeah.
And do you think you would still be involved in animal activism upon graduation?
Absolutely. Like I'm gonna stay, I know I'm gonna stay vegan as much as I can. And also like, contributing to like all the things that I've learned about, like, certain organizations I'll continue to support. Additionally, like, doing things like adopting animals, or like fostering them, or like even volunteering at like, animal shelters is like really important. And I just like love animals, and I want to just be around them. So it's not something that, is too much work for me. But yeah, I definitely want to continue like loving animals as much as I can, and advocating for them, even on like social media. Just bringing issues to, light is just something super easy that I could do, and I enjoy doing it. So
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on. But before you go, how do you recommend people get started in animal activism if they're interested? I know you said like education is a big first step to those like really new to it, but overall, how would you recommend people get started in animal activism, specifically with the MSU Animal Activists?
Well, on campus, we do meet every Wednesday. So that's one way to get started. You can follow our Instagram at Msu Animal A. But I think a really easy way to get started is just learning about, animals and the way that they suffer. Just educating yourself. And then from there, like you can make decisions however you want. Like, you could totally change your diet if you want to. Little steps like meatless Mondays and, stuff like that are really easy to do. And even shouting out like an animal shelter that you like, or even volunteering there, and just like learning about the animals themselves. And even like having relationships with animals is really important. Like a lot of people like have access to like a pet of some kind. I feel like, whether it's your own or if it's a friend, like you can understand that, like, they are loving and you want to love them, and that's like the first step, is just seeing the compassion that you feel for them. And then, I feel like when I've been to like animal shelters, I've seen like, or like, farm sanctuaries, like I've seen a cow and I'm like, oh my god, this cow wants to love me, I want to love this cow. So I just feel like, having that relationship in the first place is really important, and then making small steps from there. It's all up to you, and activism is, yours, and you could do it however it feels right to you. So yeah.
Right, definitely. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'm very interested, and I'm sure a lot of people are interested too. And I hope I wish you the best of luck.
Thank
moving
you
on.
for having me. This is awesome.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jess. Thank you.
Thank you.